Salute and welcome to Wild Country Daily Entertainment. This article is from USA Today Sports. They say NASCAR has announced new championship format for 2026 return of the chase. So let's see what they're talking about, shall we? Come on. There we go. Flip. Now, they say NASCAR announced Monday, January 12th, its new championship format for the 2026 season and beyond. They say bringing back the chase for the championship and emphasizing winning with a return to a full regular season point system. They say NASCAR utilized the chase format, so they've done this before in 2004 to 2013 when it first introduced a postseason. During this time, Jimmy Johnson won 6 of his 7 championships. They go on to say, the top racing series in the United States is looking to get past a turbulent offseason that culminated in a nasty federal antitrust trial that ultimately settled, they say, but the company was accused of being a family owner, bully, and ruffled feathers when a former commissioner's emails disparaging long-term owners were discovered during the trial. They say, come on. I cannot operate these computers right. They say in a new Cup Series format, there will be a 10-race chase. They say 9 races for the O'Reilly Series, formerly the Xfinity Series. They say 7 for the Craftsman Truck Series, with 16 drivers based on points. The O'Reilly Series chase field will be set at 12 drivers, while the truck field will be 10. They say no driver will earn an automatic entry into the chase, as was the case in previous playoff editions. With the win and you're in. They say, and there are no driver eliminations every 3 races in the postseason. So that's a plus. That changed. That's good. They say also NASCAR will no longer use the terms playoffs or regular season champion. They say race winners will receive 55 points for any victory across the season, up from 40, and stage points will be awarded. They say another change is the elimination of playoff points, which will be reset at the beginning of the chase. They say the top driver will start with 2,100 points in the chase and have a 25-point lead over second and a 35-point lead over third. 5 points will separate the rest of the drivers from 4th to 16th. My opinion, they need to get away from the whole point system, period. That's messing it up. Just go back to regular racing. When you drop the green and drop the checker, and that's who wins. And whoever wins gets in the playoffs. How hard is it, man? They make it more difficult than what they worded out. They say the driver with the most points after the final Homestead Miami Speedway on November 8th will be crowned the champion. They say as NASCAR transitions to a revised championship model, they say the focus is on rewarding driver and team performance each and every race. They say NASCAR President Steve O'Donnell said, they say at the time, we want to honor NASCAR's storied history and the traditions that have made the sport so special. They say our fans are at the heart of everything we do, and this format is designed to honor their passion every single race weekend. Okay, they say, in 2014, NASCAR announced it would adopt a 4-round, 10-race elimination style playoff, with the top 16 drivers advancing to the postseason based on points, but putting the emphasis on actually winning races where a win in a regular season race would automatically secure a playoff berth. They say the round of 16 would feature 3 races, and at the end, the field would be cut to 12, then to 8, with the final 4 competing for the title in the last race of the season, with the highest finisher taking home the series championship. They say from 1948 until 2014, the sport had no playoffs, relying on a point system to determine the overall season winner. They say the new changes followed a study by industry leaders, drivers, and broadcast partners, among others, as fans grew more and more discontent about how a champion was crowned, especially after last season when Denny Hamlin led 208 of the 319 laps at the season final at Phoenix, only to be undone by a caution with 3 laps to go, forcing the race into overtime. Kyle Larson ultimately won the title, finishing 3rd in the race, while Hamlin came in 6th, behind race winner Ryan Blaney. They say Monday's press conference was attended by former drivers Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, and current drivers Blaney, Chase Briscoe, and Chase Elliott, all of whom applauded the changes. They say what I believe it does is it makes it simpler for our fans to follow. Earnhardt Jr. said, I'm a fan of the sport, and now I'm compelled to plug in every single week because I know there's a long-form objective for my driver to accomplish to be able to give himself the opportunity to win the championship. So now, let me know, do you agree with the new format changes, or do you think they should go back to the way it was? What do you think should be done? Let me know in the comment section below what you think should be done. Peace out.